The year is 2043. The world has seen remarkable advancements in technology and science, but nothing could prepare humanity for the announcement that was about to shake its very foundations. A small biotech firm, Genus Labs, makes a stunning announcement. In a press conference that would be broadcast worldwide, they reveal a breakthrough that many thought was still decades away. They have created Nova, the world's first human clone. This tiny infant, with her big brown eyes and innocent smile, represents a monumental leap in genetic science. Pictures of a healthy baby girl flash across television screens. The world is captivated. News anchors scramble to cover every angle of the story, and families gather around their screens, unable to look away from the images of this groundbreaking creation. But this news is not met with universal celebration. Many are afraid. Social media erupts with debates and protests begin to form. The ethical implications of cloning a human being are hotly contested. This tiny human represents a giant leap into uncharted ethical territory. Ethicists and philosophers ponder the ramifications, while the public grapples with the moral questions that Nova's existence raises.
The scientists at Genus Labs argue their experiment was purely for the advancement of science. They emphasize the potential medical benefits, such as organ regeneration and the treatment of genetic disorders. They claim to have destroyed all remaining genetic material. This, they say, was done to prevent any unauthorized attempts at replication and to address some of the ethical concerns. They stress the potential benefits of cloning technology. Their research, published in leading scientific journals, outlines the possibilities for medical advancements and the betterment of human health. But their reassurances do little to quell the rising tide of fear and uncertainty. The public remains divided, with many fearing the unknown consequences of such a profound scientific achievement. The world holds its breath, waiting to see what Nova's future holds. As debates rage on and the implications of her existence are pondered, one thing is certain: Nova has changed the course of human history forever.
Genus Labs paints a picture of a future transformed by cloning technology. Imagine a world without organ shortages. Cloning could provide a limitless supply of organs for transplantation. Genetic diseases could be eradicated before birth. Infertile couples could have genetically related children. The possibilities seem endless.
This promise of medical miracles is tempting. Who wouldn't want to eliminate suffering and extend human life? But these potential benefits come with a hefty price tag, a deep dive into ethical complexities that we, as a society, are ill-prepared to navigate. Is the potential for good worth the risk of unforeseen consequences? The answer, as with most things in life, is far from simple.
The announcement of Nova's birth cleaves the world in two. This monumental event has sparked a global conversation, dividing opinions and igniting debates across various sectors of society. On one side stand the futurists. These are the visionaries, the dreamers who see cloning as the next step in human evolution. They believe that through cloning, humanity can unlock new potentials and solve some of the most pressing issues we face today. They see cloning as a revolutionary tool to alleviate suffering, eradicate genetic diseases, and push the boundaries of scientific exploration. For them, Nova represents a beacon of hope, a symbol of what humanity can achieve when it dares to dream big and push the limits of what is possible. They celebrate Nova as a symbol of progress, a testament to human ingenuity and the relentless pursuit of knowledge. In their eyes, the birth of Nova is a milestone that marks the beginning of a new era, one where science and technology can overcome the limitations of nature. They dream of a future where disease and death are conquered, where humanity can live longer, healthier lives. They envision a world where cloning can provide organs for transplants, cure genetic disorders, and even bring back endangered species from the brink of extinction.
On the other side stand those who view cloning with fear and suspicion. These individuals are deeply concerned about the ethical and moral implications of cloning. They worry about the potential consequences of tampering with the natural order. They see it as a violation of the natural order, a dangerous foray into territory best left untouched. For them, cloning represents a Pandora's box, one that could unleash unforeseen and potentially catastrophic consequences. Religious leaders decry it as playing God. They argue that cloning is an affront to the sanctity of life and the natural order established by a higher power. They fear that cloning could lead to a devaluation of human life and a loss of individuality. Ethicists warn of the potential for exploitation and abuse. They raise concerns about the commodification of human life, the possibility of creating a class of cloned individuals who may be treated as second-class citizens, and the ethical dilemmas surrounding consent and identity. The debate rages on, with no easy answers in sight. Both sides present compelling arguments, and the world watches with bated breath as the implications of Nova's birth continue to unfold. The question remains, will cloning be hailed as a triumph of human ingenuity or feared as a perilous step into the unknown?
Stop genetic engineering. Cloning is not progress. These words echo the sentiments of those who believe that cloning is a step too far, a dangerous experiment that could have irreversible consequences. It's a step too far, and we must draw the line before it's too late. The world stands at a crossroads, and the choices we make today will shape the future of humanity. Will we embrace the potential of cloning, or will we heed the warnings and proceed with caution?
As Nova grows, so too do the ethical questions surrounding her existence. Is she simply a scientific experiment? A collection of cells arranged in a particular order? Or is she something more? Does she possess the same rights and freedoms as any other human being?
The world grapples with the implications of creating life in our own image. Some argue that Nova, as a clone, is not truly unique. They fear that cloning could lead to a devaluation of human life, a slippery slope towards a dystopian future where humans are treated as commodities. Others see Nova as a symbol of our own humanity, a reminder of the preciousness and fragility of life.
Just when the debate over Nova seems to reach a stalemate, a whistleblower leaks explosive documents.
Genus Labs had not been truthful. Nova was not the only human clone.
The documents reveal the existence of multiple clones, all hidden from public view.
The world erupts in outrage. Protests erupt outside Genus Labs facilities worldwide. Governments launch investigations. The carefully constructed narrative of scientific progress crumbles. The public feels betrayed.
The question is no longer whether cloning is ethical, but how far Genus Labs went in their pursuit of scientific glory.
Section 6. Governments take the stage: regulation or prohibition. The revelations about Genus Labs' clandestine cloning program trigger a wave of legislative action. Governments around the world scramble to regulate this new and potentially dangerous technology. Some call for an outright ban on human cloning. They argue that the risks are simply too great.
Others advocate for a more measured approach. They believe that cloning, while ethically fraught, holds too much medical promise to be abandoned entirely. They propose strict regulations and oversight to prevent abuse. The debate over how to govern this powerful new technology is only just beginning.
Section 7. The voices of faith, a chorus of condemnation and cautious acceptance. Religious leaders are among the most vocal critics of human cloning. Many see it as a direct challenge to their beliefs about the sanctity of life and the role of a divine creator. They argue that humans have overstepped their bounds, tampering with forces beyond their comprehension.
However, not all religious voices condemn cloning unequivocally. Some adopt a more nuanced perspective. They argue that while the creation of life should be approached with caution and humility, it may be possible to reconcile cloning with religious teachings. They urge for open dialogue and careful consideration of the ethical implications.
Section 8. Where do we go from here? Navigating the uncharted waters of cloning. The journey ahead is fraught with challenges and uncertainties, much like a ship braving the stormy seas. We're venturing into territories that humanity has never explored before, and the map we have is incomplete, filled with unknowns and potential hazards. The genie is out of the bottle. This metaphor captures the irreversible nature of our advancements. Once the knowledge and technology of human cloning have been unleashed, there is no turning back. We must now deal with the consequences, both intended and unintended. Human cloning is a reality. Scientists have made significant strides, and what was once the realm of science fiction is now within our grasp. The ability to clone human cells and potentially entire human beings opens up a Pandora's box of possibilities and ethical dilemmas. We can no longer ignore the complex ethical questions it raises. The implications of cloning touch on fundamental aspects of human identity, individuality, and the sanctity of life. These are not questions that can be answered lightly or hastily. We must decide as a global community how to proceed. This is not an issue that any one nation can tackle alone. It requires a concerted effort, bringing together diverse perspectives and expertise from around the world. Do we embrace this technology and all its potential consequences? The promise of cloning includes medical breakthroughs such as organ regeneration and the treatment of genetic disorders. However, it also comes with risks, including the potential for misuse and unforeseen social impacts. Or do we try to stuff it back into Pandora's box? Attempting to halt or reverse the progress of cloning technology may prove impossible. The knowledge is out there, and it will continue to evolve whether we like it or not. There are no easy answers. The path forward is not clear-cut, and each option comes with its own set of challenges and moral quandaries. We must carefully consider the long-term implications of our decisions. We must proceed with caution, guided by both scientific knowledge and ethical considerations. It is crucial to balance innovation with responsibility, ensuring that our actions today do not lead to regrettable consequences in the future. We must engage in open and honest dialogue involving not just scientists and policymakers, but also the public. Everyone has a stake in the outcome, and diverse voices must be heard to reach a consensus that reflects our collective values. Weighing the potential benefits against the very real risks, the promise of curing diseases and extending human life must be balanced against the ethical and social ramifications of cloning. This delicate balance will determine the direction we take. The future of humanity may depend on the choices we make today. Our decisions will shape the world for generations to come, influencing not just the scientific landscape, but the very fabric of society. It is a responsibility we must take seriously, with a vision that looks beyond the immediate horizon. Section 9, The Future of Humanity, a Choice Between Progress and Playing God. The story of Nova and the global debate it ignites is a stark reminder of the awesome power of science. We stand at the cusp of a new era, an era where we have the ability to reshape life itself. But with great power comes great responsibility. The future is not predetermined. It is shaped by the choices we make today. Will we use our newfound knowledge wisely, guided by compassion and a deep respect for the sanctity of life? Or will we succumb to hubris, playing God with forces we barely understand? The answer, my friends, is up to us.